as well as many other places.
I see some bits are moving, something. Oh my God, we're live.
Holy mother of God, ladies and gentlemen.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Bangkok Streams live stream. I am Dana Blue, and as always, joined by the bald, the beautiful, the gay earth shirt wearing Mike's.
Greetings and aloha. What's going on? Okay, so the bald, right? You probably can't see it. So you know how like when you were like 14 and you were learning how to shave and you like cut yourself shaving, right?
Yeah, so I learned to shave at like 10, but you know, whatever.
Your back. You mean you learned to shave your back. And so I'm in the shower this morning at age 52. Now, again, I'm like the surface area of my face is now 4X, what it used to be.
Yeah.
Cut myself shaving on my forehead.
So I've got a spot here. You might be able to see it. I scratched myself and I had to put a Band-Aid up.
Dude, I mean, people are like, how come you hang out with Dana? I'm like, when he scratches himself, I bleed.
Same wavelength, baby. Let me run through the chat real quick. Of course, we got Joe P with the greatest shirt in the world up in the late evening over there. Best shirt I've ever seen.
Totes and goats. Well, second best.
Gotta love Thailand. How you doing, brother? Mango Sticky Rice, good to see you. And Mariano, what is it, 4 a.m. over in Germany, Mariano? Man, thanks for coming by and joining us.
I think it's
we got Bangkok,
Germany's
the doorman.
Dude, up big fan of the doorman. Totes and goats.
Born Nomad Productions, how you doing, man?
Hey, Born Nomad, thank you, man. You've been like a regular now here and on my channel when I was doing the beach yesterday. Thanks, dude. 3 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, I see you. I 3:01. Very German, very specific.
He's German. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I see you went live twice yesterday while I was busy. I didn't get to jump on. So what you had going on?
Okay, so first of all, have you gone live on your phone with the new YouTube app?
No.
Okay, so you know how like years ago when you first installed like Facebook and then they became Facebook Messenger, it's like a separate app, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And the default setting is whenever you do that, someone sends you a message and then there's this little bubble that's like on the screen and you like drag it all over the place and you're like, fuck. Then you go in and you decide, okay, I'm going to shut that off. And I guess it's called like bobbleheads or something like this. So I opened up the YouTube Live app yesterday and next finish, like I'm just going to do on the beach. And there's this like bobble thing of my face. I can't see myself. There's no chat. And I'm like, what the hell? So unfortunately, it was a learning experience. But I want to thank Aztec, who actually sent me a message. And he goes, you know, Mike, before you stopped that stream yesterday, you were like doing a screenshot of your whole screen. And there was quite a bit of personal information on there. I'm like, oh, shit. So, like, yeah, hi, Gracie. You missed me?
I know he manages a few streams, so
right,
admins a few streams, so he knows what's up. We got Patrick in the chat. He says whenever he touches his head shaving, he immediately recoils, knowing what he just did. You know what's funny? Before I was bald, I actually used to shave my head, and I almost would never cut myself. And then, you know, for whatever reason, I would always cut my face if I shaved. But whenever I would shave my head, it was pretty smooth, pretty quick.
I like it big time.
Go. Stuck in Florida in the chat, man. How you doing? Roger McGee. Hugh to what? And Hugh, our fucking rock star with information, man. Always hooking us up with good info for the Hill Tribe project that when Mike's back in Bangkok, we need to sit down and work out the details with.
you realize you led with when Mike is back in Bangkok. So here's the short answer. I'm back in Bangkok next Wednesday at about 5 p.m. And then Thursday morning, I get on a plane and head back down this way. So I don't know.
When are you back for more than a day?
I don't know. I don't have a return flight yet. Because here's the thing. Like, Gracie and I know she's not coming until, like, we do all our stuff, which basically means March. So many people will, like, drink. I drown my sorrows in this that's behind me. So unfortunately that's, you know, so I don't have a schedule, but obviously we just sit down, we make one, we put it in my calendar, and it's just like any other vacation, quite frankly. So anyway, but what I loved yesterday was my second live stream was with the GoPro 9. I mean, dude, if your live streaming, like you got to try this GoPro 9. It is an amazing live streaming experience because I cannot believe I can tether to my phone and do 1080p. It looks stellar, man. It looks stellar.
Yeah, it's overall, I mean, it's a pretty amazing camera. Senior Frank says he hasn't put a razor to his own face in a number of years, just like a mechanic for his car, something he leaves to the professionals. And
does that mean he's a barber?
So a razor has not touched my face in more than almost 2 decades now.
What do? You just like cut it when it gets...
Yeah, just trim it with scissors. Sometimes I let it get like super long where it's just ridiculous. Other times I'll trim it up a bit. But yeah, like I have electric clippers, but...
Speaking of beard, Suburban Beard.
Yeah.
He, I guess, is playing around with some new graphics package or whatever, and he made me thumbnails.
Yeah,
they were like, dude, that's so cool. I mean, if he's probably not here yet, but if he shows up, I mean, I was just honored. I'm like, Josh, thank you, dude. That's awesome. So
yeah, he's a cool guy, man. He's been back to videoing quite a bit, so he's like doing his shitty edits, which I find frustrating because like I said, when he plays around with stuff and he does like really dope edits and he learns like cool shit, it's like no one notices, or it's like the same response. So he's like, he's got to find a way to like really refine the shitty edit and make it like an elevated art form.
Well, what's funny is, because I know Rob, right? He's down here in Phuket and, Thailand, Rob. And when he tries and does a lot of things differently on his channel, like people freak out. They're like, that guy Simon, yeah, he's got like 35,000 subs. But when you guys do a live stream together, I don't know if we like it. It's like, dude, they don't like change. They don't like, right?
Yeah.
And
change is painful,
so when he does some edits, yeah, well, not for me. I friggin' love it, but.
So Carl in the comments is saying that he's heard the GoPro 9 has some heating issues. Have you experienced that? I have not personally with mine. I don't know if you have, Mike.
So that's interesting because the short answer is yeah, like a lot.
Really?
Now there's a couple of things that I experience heating on my phone when I'm walking in the direct Thai sun and streaming live. Okay, so there's that. When I tether to my phone, I get no heating issues on my phone. The camera, one of the things that pisses me off about it is if I forget and I just leave like with the app closed, but with the Bluetooth service, basically with Bluetooth on my phone and my GoPro in like my backpack and I'm walking around, for some reason it will do random pings and the camera will come on. And then I'll hear a noise. I'll open up my bag. I'm like, what the hell? Why did this come on by itself? And I'll touch it and it will be hot. Like if it's on for more than 5, and I don't know why, because I have like auto dimming or whatever.
Image issues or quality issues because of the heating?
No, it's only a technological engineering disappointment because I'm like, dude, like, you can fix this. It's called the M1 chip by Apple. Jesus Christ. What a design. Dude, I don't blame you. I will send you this video. This guy did an amazing comparison over the last 10 years between Intel and how they use the CISC, instruction set, and how this is a RISC processor, and ARM processors have been RISC processors, and but that exact thing that I think you told me about, where the guy like edits a video on his friggin' desktop, and then he's rendering it and uploading it, and then he does it on his iPhone 12 or something like this, and it uploads in what? 45 seconds?
The video I was watching, he was pulling videos of different resolutions into Final Cut. So, and like when you pull it into Final Cut, it will do a quick render in the timeline. Okay. And so sometimes it takes like a few seconds. So he pulled a 4K video and it essentially rendered instantly. Pulled a 6K video off his Canon, rendered instantly. Pulled in an 8K video, basically like a 3-second render to render this short video in the timeline. So and again, like, and this is the same guy. I was watching his channel and he's a big Mac Mini guy. He's like, I don't think the only having 16 gigs of RAM is going to hurt because he's using the 64, the one I was thinking of getting. And he's like, look, I need that much memory for the workflow that I do. And so he buys the 16, right? And he's like, okay, I was wrong, because he's like, this has to redefine how you think about ordering a computer, because it's just stupid. And it's awesome. He's like, everything integrated on the chip is basically changed the way they think about, you have to think about what you're buying.
Well, I think it's the instruction set too. That was this like sort of, it wasn't really a documentary, but, and I was thinking back on that, and I'm like, I remember when ARM chips came out, and it was like, okay, well, the ARM chip is out, so therefore the Palm, right? Yeah. Basically, the Palm, that's going to be a lot faster now. And so my recollection of these ARM chips is that they're like low performance, and they just, they're tiny, and they can only do a certain amount. I didn't realize do you run the full suite of Final Cut on a friggin' mobile device? You don't run that on an iPhone 12, do you?
It's a different version of the Adobe suite. So there's a mobile version of the Adobe suite, but yeah, you can run the entire Adobe suite on a phone.
What is Final Cut Pro? Isn't that Apple?
Oh, that's Apple. Yeah, you can. Can you run Apple? Can you run Final Cut? There's a mobile version of Final Cut, but it's different than the desktop version, like anything. But yeah, I've run it on my iPad. It's fine. So Paul A. First up, Paul, thanks for coming by. He brings up a great point. He says Chad from CB Media uses his iPhone, and he's a professional camera guy. And honestly, he uses his iPhone, and his videos are amazing.
Yeah, and well, it's same with Chris, right? From Retired Working for You. Yeah, he edits out.
Yeah, he films on his phone. I don't even think he's got a new phone. I think he's just got like his phone, and he's like good enough.
It's a 12.
Yeah, is it a 12?
Mm-hmm.
I thought when he came by, I thought he didn't have the when he came.
Oh, sorry. You meant Chris. I thought we were talking about Chad, CB Media. Yeah, Chris, absolutely. Yeah, it's like 11, right?
Yeah, I think Chad. I think Chris's phone was older than mine. At least it was when he came by.
Nice.
So I mean, yeah. There's definitely something to be said for the tools we have at our disposal now. Like I think Chad is filming some of his scenes now with a different camera, just because you can tell by the pans and stuff that he's doing. But I would say 99% of what he shoots is on his phone for sure. That's just rad, yeah. Yeah, and even Eric who owns Minority Nomad, who owns a bunch of cameras. He has like the whole Sony camera lineup with the A7s and Pro lenses. He ended up switching over to this little mini Sony just because it's so comparable now. Like the difference between a smaller censored camera and a bigger one for the vast majority of content creators is so minuscule. Yeah. No, it's awesome, dude. It's totally awesome. And look, there's no pro camera that I can afford that has horizon leveling. I was messing with my settings the other day. Horizon, it's like you've got degrees of it, right? Isn't it like 3 degrees of horizon leveling? How does it work on that thing? No, there's only 1 degree of horizon leveling unless you have the max mod. So Ladyboy Whisperer, the best name in the absolutely, dude. Up top. Hello from Brisbane. Yeah, up top for you, man. Boom. So greetings from Brisbane. We appreciate you coming by, man. Great name anyway. Ladyboy Whisperer, I love it. And then Dorman says, I don't edit. We've all noticed. Dude, 90 degrees, Todd. All I'm asking, 90 degrees, brother. I'll tell you what, that's one of the things I love about Todd's videos, though. His videos are epic, and for the fact that it's just a one take every time. Yeah. No, that's great, dude. Sometimes he flips the camera back and forth between front and back. That's all he needs to do. You know what bums me out? I was trying to do that. When I'm on video on my phone, I can't switch it. I have to stop the video, switch it, and do it again. Is that like a new iPhone thing, or has that always been the case with iPhones? You can switch it right in the middle of recording. The senior Frank coming through with the info. It's iMovie on the mobile device, not Final Cut. Thank you, Frank. So I don't know. I have an iPhone. I know you have a Huawei phone, right? No, LG. LG. Google makes it. If I'm not mistaken, Todd has an iPhone. He's an iPhone guy. Yes. He just bought the brand new one. The new one as soon as he got out of quarantine. Yeah, but on yours, like if you're doing video on your camera, can you like hit the the swirl and like it flips to the other lens? I don't know. Let me try. So I am recording live on my camera now. I don't see anywhere to flip it. Okay. Yeah, so maybe it's a new. I can. You've got what, a 10? Yeah, I don't know. I think I have a 10 or a 10S, something like that. It's pre 3 cameras. Oh, okay, yeah. Todd says he used to be able to do it with his 11 too. Nice. Yes, I definitely don't have an 11, so it's either a 10 or a 10S. So I definitely not a capability I have.
Knowing that you're upgrading your desktop to obviously super duper performance in the Apple line, are you going to upgrade your phone? How long do you wait before you upgrade your phone?
Normally a couple iterations. Like I wait to see if there's something that's like super exciting for me.
Yeah.
So like right now, like of course the wide lens would be nice, right? But like I don't think I would use the super wide. So that's what I'm missing on the camera I have now is the super wide lens. And some of like the AI features that were included, like the ability to do slow-mo selfies and stuff like that. Stuff I probably would find novel for a short period of time, but then not do.
Totally.
So what do they call the slofies? So yeah, usually like I try to go 3 to 4 iterations on a phone, which with Apple is 3 to 4 years.
Okay. Oh, they bring out a new one every calendar year?
Yeah, so they do, and I usually try to get the S iteration of the iPhone. So not the 12, but the 12S.
What does the S mean?
Usually it's like a smaller update in the 2-year cycle. So like the first year, say the 12 came out this year, then the 12S would come out in the 12 months later, and then they would go to the 13 or whatever. So it's a way for them to do a more iterative update between, and then the numbers tend to be the bigger updates. To me, the S update tends to be the more fully baked update on iPhones. Not always the case, but that is tend to be where I try to make the updates.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. McGonge in the house, S equals supervillain. Goddamn right, sir. You're goddamn right. But yeah, so I'm not a huge, I don't chase the phone tech, and I'm definitely not a every year upgrade guy. I have friends who do that. That's not me.
Yeah, I mean, because the cost of those. So I walked by the Apple store the other day. I was over at Central World, and it was. I'm trying to think what day of the week it was. It was probably Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday because I went and got my gay shirt, and then 2 more, and then I walked over there. Because I'm twice as gay now, and
four gay shirts.
Well, I'm traveling with 3, and I have September, October, November, December, January, February, 6. And there were 52 people in line on the Apple thing, just waiting to get in the store. So in my mind, they're all going to buy the brand new phone. So sake of argument, so that's like $52,000 of top line revenue outdoors.
Yeah.
and then the store, 2 stories filled with people helping. I mean, it was just like, I don't know what they do.
Go there tomorrow to the Apple store to get my Mac. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not packed.
How many? It's a Thursday. Is tomorrow a holiday? Does tomorrow start a tie? So there's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And what's this for? King's birthday?
No. I'm just buying the Mac. Oh yeah, King's. No. That was the 5th. So I don't know what.
Okay, that's right.
Some type of crazy replacement holiday. So Mariano also only buys the S iPhone. Mariano, is it for the same reason that you think that it's a more fully baked version? And then he says here he's still using his 8 Plus. I personally I don't like the bigger phones. I like the smaller phone. Fits in my pocket, fits in my hand. My big fat fingers.
Your banana fingers?
Yeah. Oh, so it was Stuck says my 5S was great. It lasted 7 years. When it crapped out this year, I got the regular 11 because I could get it cheap. Yeah, so I had the 5 for a couple years and mine blew up. The battery, something about the battery went bad, and it blew up to where the screen separated from the case. Then
Did they replace that?
Same reasoning as me. Mariano gets the S because the smaller iteration is a more fully baked version of whatever version of the phone it is.
But according to what Stuck says, I guess it's more expensive.
No. Generally, no. He's saying he got the regular 11, not like the 11 Pro or whatever. So it's like, or the 11 Plus. But no, the
what
S
is the
isn't
Pro?
more expensive. It's usually the pricing generally stays the same between the S and the other version.
Okay.
If they make a price upgrade, it's generally at the next or a price. I shouldn't call it an upgrade, a price change. It's generally at the next iteration.
What does Pro mean? Is that 3 lenses, or do you get 3 lenses with the S?
It's 3 lenses, and I think the max size on the new version of the Pro is bigger. It's like a kind of like a small tablet.
Yeah, a phablet.
Yeah, so I think phones should be going in the opposite direction. Phones should be getting smaller overall.
Well, I mean, they did that for years, right? They had like the whole course, the standard brick, and then they went to the super tiny, ridiculous ones, and now they're back. Yeah. I think like a 5.5-inch screen it allows me to do stuff. But
so yeah, Paul says he's a Samsung guy. Said iPhone got in trouble for making the batteries. So it's not that they made the batteries only last 2 years, but they had a piece of code in there that when the battery charge performance dropped below a certain threshold, they throttled the processor. And so a lot of people were like, oh, my phone. I think this happened on I think this was like maybe 3 years ago or 4 years ago that this was a big issue. People were like, oh, my phone's getting so slow and sluggish. Is Apple throttling it? And Apple came out and said, yeah, we actually do throttle it in the software release when your battery threshold passes a certain amount to extend the life. And so they didn't make it an option for people, and people were really pissed. And so Apple ended up making that an option where you can put on power save mode or whatever, which I'm glad they did make it an option personally, because sometimes I'll put my phone in power save if I don't have like my charger with me and I know I'm going to be out for a while. So it sucks, but like I understand it. And if you're in Thailand, you can essentially get your iPhone battery replaced anywhere.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 shops that will do it for you.
Here's the interesting thing about that is that it's amazing how there was no real technical news about the fact that they did that. That is a very appropriate technical coding thing to put in. If that, and everyone's like, oh no, they're trying to screw us. They want us to buy new phones every 2 years. Well, you know what? As a stockholder, no shit.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing is that, trust me, it's a very appropriate technical design, because what they want to do is they want you to be able to use the device. Now, obviously making the manual switch, that's a good idea. But it's amazing how people are so pro Apple, and then they jump down their throat the minute they believe that they're somehow screwing them. And then it's like this perpetual, it's like, well, we should probably have a protest in Kansas City. Oh, well, we're going to have one in Oregon, and we're going to set fire to stuff. What the fuck, dude?
So here's the thing. When it first happened, people were talking about it. Someone was like, oh, Apple's throttling the phones. I was like, that just doesn't make sense, because that'd be like for them to just do to put things in there that make your phone perform worse for no reason. It doesn't make sense. They have a loyal fan base, people who upgrade on a regular cycle anyway. And why would they purposely hinder your phone? And I said to someone, I bet you there's some other performance metric related to this, like battery or something else, or the updates that are not as focused on the older architecture. And they're like, oh, you're just an Apple fanboy. You don't know what you're talking about. And so it comes out and they're like, oh, actually, they said, yeah, we throttled the phone because of the battery. I was like, see? He's like, I told you that. It's not that I was right. He goes, I told you that they were throttling it. They were sabotaging their own phones. I was like, no, but okay. Yeah, so Stuck says you got the 11 for $300. Damn, that's a great deal. Yeah, the Pro would have cost, huge delta there. I definitely would have gone with the regular as well for that price. How could you not?
Unlocked in the US, that's actually a dynamite deal. Yeah.
Damn, that's great. Yeah. Oh, Cody, what's going on, man? Was Cody, were you here last time, Cody? It's good to see you, dude.
When was last time? Was it Saturday?
Yeah. We're on all types of messed up schedules now.
I
think Samsung programs phones for sound to stuff up after about 3 years. So the sounds just get muddy. Also, Stuck at his 5S died with the original 7-year-old battery. That's impressive.
Who makes the batteries for Apple? Is it they make the batteries? They install.
I don't know if they make the batteries, but
I thought it was Panasonic.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, I stopped bleeding. What a triumph.
Cody says, I recommend watching Louis Roseman's video regarding Apple issues. Okay, I'll check it out. Can you post a link, Cody?
Stand by. Let me make sure.
Brazil just fined Apple for not supplying a charger with any of the 12, but threw in a USB-C cable that won't fit your old charger.
What? Where are you seeing that?
No, that's Born Nomad Productions. Threw that up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Hug Life. What's going on, man?
I love that. I mean, Ladyboy Whisper is pretty good. Hug Life.
Yeah. That's okay, Cody, man. No worries. Yeah, we all have a life. We just appreciate you when you're here, dude. Thanks so much.
Totally. Yes, indeed.
So, actually, let me run something by you. Real first, Paul says, thinking of getting my first iPhone for my next phone because each Samsung I've had after about 2 years, my sound keeps stuffing up. People can't hear me or can't hear them. Hey, you know what? I mean, if my recommendation is if you use a Mac and if you're a big workflow person and you use a Mac, iPhone makes all the sense in the world. If you don't, it's open game.
Plus, if you've been using a Samsung, I mean, dude, you're not just changing manufacturers; you're changing platforms. That's weird.
So actually, I think the Huawei phones are pretty phenomenal for the money.
Yeah. Dude, over here, there's so many great phones. There's Vivo, there's Oppo. I mean, these are dynamite phones for like $150.
Yeah, the Oppo phones are great budget phones, but I mean, as like a premium phone, like in the iPhone class and the Samsung Galaxy class, the Huawei's, the P series are camera-wise too, especially out of this world. Like no question, and not as expensive as the Apple or the Samsung. So, Paul, I don't know if you're over here. Check out the Huawei. Unless, like I said, if you're a Mac user and like you want to kind of close that ecosystem and like have your workflow sort of go in that direction where you can kind of seamlessly go between devices, 100% recommend an iPhone. Otherwise, explore options. Like if you're not a Mac user, there's no reason to have an iPhone unless you just want it. But if you want to like look at other phones, look at options, ton of great things out there. So what Cody says, unfortunately, you and another Thailand YouTuber I am friends with live stream at the same time on my Friday night, your Saturday morning, so I have to switch back and forth. You got to run them both simultaneously next to each other and just switch audio depending on what you think looks interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, that's tough, right? Because Saturday, it's like 9 a.m. Bangkok time.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to do, when I was like hanging out with a bunch of the Filipino guys, right? I mean, the Filipino vloggers, they would do like 10 a.m. their time, 9 a.m. I mean, it's just, and I totally get that. It's just, because it's convenient. 9 a.m. on a Saturday is very convenient.
Yeah. But yeah, we get that it's Friday evening for, but I think people who come to our channel are like us. And it's like, it doesn't matter if it's Friday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday night, like, they're around. Like you and I are not like going out painting the town red on Fridays. So
no, not at all. And in fact, I even thought
on a Friday.
Usually. Oh, okay. So did I tell you what happened at my? No, maybe I didn't. So I got locked out of my hotel. Did I tell you this?
No.
Okay. So I'm hanging out with Rob last night, and I go over to this place called Grill Bill. If anybody knows Camilla, they know Grill Bill. Anyway, so I go over there. I have lasagna.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm over there. I'm having lasagna, and Rob and I are just like, yapping. And it's like, I don't know, it's like 10 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm just going to walk back. So I walk back. I get up to the door, and then you know how they have like the metal handles on glass doors, and there's a chain through it with a lock on it. And I'm like, okay, I get that like I'm the only guy staying here, but you should have like knocked on my door before you chained the goddamn hotel. So gratefully, and to the point of Cody, I think you're probably talking about Jeremy. To Jeremy's one video that he did where he's like, here's why I take a picture of like the license thing in a taxi in case I leave my camera there, and I have to like call and get it back. Whenever I check into a hotel, I always take the business cards from the front desk, right? So, because there's no phone number anywhere. So I call this lady and she's like, oh my God, that's right. I'm like, yes, it's Mike, room 205. I check in. She's like, oh my God, yeah, I forgot we have customer. So she calls the owner. Yeah, so she calls the owner. The owner drives over here. It's like 10:45, right? I'm hanging out front with their dog, and he's like looking at me like, you haven't fed me yet. This is kind of late. So then he walks up, and he's a lovely guy, and they recognized me from the last time I was here. Anyway, so he unchains it. He goes, and I'm like, when do you close this? He says, well, when we have a guest, we never chain it up. I'm like, but I'm staying here. He's like, yeah. He says, but we don't normally check in people this late. I pull out my key. I'm like, dude, I checked in at like noontime. He's like, oh my God, nobody told me. So I come up to my room. I'm like, dude, I'm so sweaty. So I get a towel. I'm ready to go into the shower. Knock, 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 knock. I'm like, what? Was that like the sound of the pipes? Maybe, whatever. Knock, knock, knock. And I'm like, I open the door. I'm like, what? He hands me 2 beers, right? 2 Leos. And of course, what am I going to do? Explain to him my history? And I'm like, oh my God, dude, thank you so much. Now I am paying 650 baht a night for this room. And so he basically just gave me like another 100 baht. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, he's so beautifully Thai, but I was like, dude, you're making no money on this room. Like you didn't have to. Yeah. But anyway, I was just like, you know what? Because, the thing's locked. And I'm like, what's the worst thing that happens? I sleep outdoors by the beach, basically, until 5 or 6 in the morning when they come and open the thing. And then I go up to my room and I nap, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, so this is a 2-story building, like a lot of them here in these sort of smaller, Thai beach communities, right? So there's no high rises really here. And even if there is a big resort like a Novotel, it's only like 2 or 3 stories. So I love this place. And I'm literally the only guy here because I'm like, okay, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll just like, unfortunately, wake up someone else staying here. And they'll come down and like somehow open the... Oh, and so here's so I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? I bet if I looked around, it's probably like under a planter, the key, whatever, right? So sure enough, the owner walks up, big smile, he's bowing, saying he's sorry, walks over to the planter, tips it over, pulls the key out, unlocks. I'm like, dude, you could have just told me, right? And I swear to God. 80s. Yeah, but from now on, it's not like he's like, oh, well, now a customer knows, I better hide it. No, he's going to put it there tonight, too.
So if they walk you out tonight, you just, good to go.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll let myself back in.
So I wake up this morning, check my phone, and I have 2 videos from Mike. Basically, Mike naked, telling me, showing me out his window to the fact that the beach is 20 feet from where he's at. Yeah. Look at this.
If I was on the first floor, I would literally stumble over this bush getting to the beach.
Yeah, so like a great view. Actually, so Mike, let me run a situation by you because again, like, being 2 guys, in the entrepreneurial space, I appreciate your feedback on some of this stuff. And I just want to get a second opinion. So I have multiple projects going on. One of my other projects, my partner has sort of like not an employee, but a contractor that he sort of keeps on a monthly retainer to do work for him. And so he allocated some of this contractor's time to working on our project, right? And basically was like, Dana will run this. You talk to him about it. Mm-hmm. And so this is a guy, he's consistently produced mediocre work and inconsistently. Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's very mediocre. Mediocre. I said that's so New England. Mediocre. It's
wicked mediocre. I mean, let's look at my pocketbook.
And then he's also incredibly negative. Like he wants to complain about everything, right? Like, oh, this sucks, or you guys didn't do a good job, and then he'll offer feedback only in the form that something that will make his life easier, right? So like he only wants and at one point I was like, who works for who here, dude? Like, there's a reason. Yeah. There's a reason that my partner and I are both successful, and I didn't say this to him because this would be rude, but I was like, look, there's a reason that you're like essentially a digital nomad working for scraps, and we're not. And he lives in Europe, so he lives in Cyprus, but he's an American kid. But so it gets to the point the other day where I was like, I gave him some feedback. I was like, look, your work on the last project was subpar. right? It didn't meet the standard. This is why. However, the previous one was really good. You need to hold yourself to that standard.
Right.
And this is why. And he's like, no, that's too stressful for me. And he's like, he goes, to be honest, like you guys aren't paying me enough to do this, and like it's not worth my time. And
okay,
and I'm like, dude, look, this job or anything else you do, regardless, the way you do anything, the way you do something is the way you do anything. And you have to be able to to keep that mindset. And he's like, no, it's not financially worth it for me. You're not paying me enough. I'm like, dude, you don't get paid more before you perform. That's not the way the equation works.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, oh, it's not about the money. You misunderstand. I'm like, okay. You literally just said it's about the money. So dude ends up sending me sends a GIF, and it's like, show me the money. I'm like, for a dude who's saying it's not about the money, right? Like, fuck you. And then essentially, like, he has a Wednesday deadline. It's actually a Tuesday night deadline for the deliverables. And the last message, he's like, oh, if you want it done by Wednesday, do it yourself. I was like, well, you're not doing this for us anymore. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so you want my feedback?
Then he came down and he's like, oh, you're not my boss. Your partner's my boss. I'm like, we've been over that, so I'm not even addressing it. But when he's like, oh, if you want it done, do it yourself. I'm like, fair enough. We'll outsource to someone else. You're done.
I'm amazed that in this economic climate, he's taking. I mean, dude, are you paying him like? He's on Fiverr? I mean, what are you paying him, like $3 an hour?
No, so like my partner pays him essentially 30,000 baht a month, 900 euros a month. Pays him a straight commission, but he does other stuff for my client.
Yeah.
And then for my partner allocated some of his time to work on our stuff. And so it's just, and it's funny, like the things that he would complain about, I'm like, that's actually 100% your job. Like, I don't want to give away too much detail, but the dude's like he would complain about stuff. I'm like, it's actually your job to do that. That's what your job is. Like, that's the description of this. And you were okay with it when we discussed it. And it was just, it was mind boggling. And so I'm just like, dude, I can't deal with this. And like, for me, whenever I've had people work with me or a team work with me, it's always high level individuals, people who perform at a very consistently high level, right? Which is what I'm used to. And this was exactly the opposite of that. Yeah. So Mariano even says 900 euros a lot.
Let me just say that I really honor you and appreciate the fact that you like gave this guy a little bit of leeway. You're like, look, relax. Okay. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have done that. One of the things that I learned from several good CEOs, not the least of which was Procter & Gamble.
Yeah.
And the other one was Costco. And they both said one of the things that took me a long time to get good at is firing people when I should. He goes, I always would wait too long to fire somebody. And you don't really have a big team right now, it sounds like, so it's not a huge deal. But man, in a team setting, when you're the boss and there's some guy that's clearly incompetent and you don't fire him like soon enough, and you get the rest of the team is like, dude, what the fuck? You're no leader. You're a fucking manager, you know? And that's so that was something that I took away. And Mattel, that was another CEO. Yeah. And he was like, dude, I totally agree with that. And, you know, but I mean, I am just amazed. I mean, are you like getting this guy through a service where you would provide him a rating? Because if he's if you don't have 5 stars. No, my partner knows him, and like the pseudo friends, they have like a very volatile relationship. And, again, it's been issues, and it's just been a kid who's difficult to deal with. And like, I'm sure he's still going to be doing work for my partner, but essentially I just don't want him working on our project. I can't. Honestly, it was to the point my frustration level was so high that if he was saying those things to me in person, which I doubt, again, the things people say remotely and the things people are willing to say in person, world of difference. And you know, he probably would have got slapped. Eric's here, Minority Nomad. What's up, dude?
My resume: stripper expert, mass meat eater, pizza expert. I'm gonna call into question those pizza credentials, buddy. And actually, Eric, I think you know who the partner I'm talking about is. I think you know his employee that I'm referring to, his contractor guy. So I don't know how. I'm pretty sure he told me that you guys met before, and you did not have a high opinion of him either. So yeah, I'm sure you can piece it together. I don't want to drop names or throw anything specifically out there, but
I can appreciate that. Nice.
I didn't want to throw names out there, but if Eric wants to, yeah. So, Eric, do you think he just needs a good ass whooping to get his mindset right, or what's the issue there?
No, I mean, you don't give this guy. Come on, man. You're not supposed to groom this guy to be a more appropriate leader. I mean, just toss him. I mean, you're wasting attention units on this.
So yeah, Eric says he's a piece of shit, and I told him right away. Yeah, so it came down to that the other night. Because of my partner, I gave him more leeway, but this is the type of person who I 100% agree. So Maurice asked, so he does a lot of graphic design work, and he was doing editing, audio and video editing for us. And so commodity services on the internet right now. So yeah, again, so now we'll be contracting out the audio editing, and I'll figure out it's basically just thumbnail work is what's left. So I'll figure that out and go forward. But again, I don't want to end up with your live my ass off logo, your logo experiment.
Now, but don't be clear. I paid $6 for that. Okay. Yeah. And again, it was not for the product. It was for the iterative process. Like I needed to convince myself that there was a certain level. Because if you've ever like outsourced to India, you get really excited about how cheap it is. And then you end up having to iterate. And someone who's $15 an hour now is basically $45 an hour because they need to do everything 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see how that worked. And so I've determined that paying anyone on the internet to do anything sort of technical graphics, anything less than about $45 an hour, and you're spending way too much time being a manager. And I hate that. So
exactly. I mean, I want to like throw this out there because there's a lot of people who I know in my life, and in working with someone like this highlights that for me is that I surround myself with people like you, people like Eric, right? People who, like my other partners, people who are successful and driven and just deliver no matter what. And Senior Frank said, it doesn't matter what you're paying. If you have an agreement, right? The way you do anything is the way you do everything. And I surround myself with people like that. And like, you look at like Eric, you look at you, that's what I want to be around. And there's a reason certain people are successful long-term, and there's a reason certain people are not. And I think I'll leave it there.
Yeah. You know what, dude, here's what happens when I interface with people like that. I literally tilt my head sideways.
Hug life. People will whack someone for 900 euros.
I look at that and I think, how is this guy surviving in life? Like, how is he able to get enough money? But again, obviously he's got an account on Thai Visa, right? Everything is shitty. And it's like, well, dude, you're living in fucking Cyprus. What the hell? It's gorgeous everywhere there. So,
important question from Eric. What do you think of his homie Chef Bing's pizza?
It was excellent. And I'll tell you what, Eric, here's the beauty of it is that, like, I mean, I knew he was just like having a discussion with us, but the fact that we ate the pizza and the dough was on day 1, and this was education for me. And he said that the dough will essentially be the best on day 2, which of course, is kind of, I just like, oh, well, that means I got to come back tomorrow and have more pizza. Right. But I mean, seriously, I'm going to like call them and find out when it's day 2, because I do want to experience that. It was excellent pizza. And here's the interesting thing. Not only, and just like you, like you're talking about, like, I mean, you can get people to do thumbnails. There's an entire universe of people. It's called India that will do thumbnails for you. But there's a culture that I really appreciate. Like, if this guy had really awesome pizza, but he was an asshole, I would be like, dude, I'm going to tag you. I am going to cripple you for not, like, if he literally treated me like I was like a third-class citizen or something, I'd be like, that's inappropriate. But he was so awesome. I mean, he was a great guy. He wasn't arrogant. He was interested in us. I saw him interested in other customers. the product he provided was awesome. And I'm not just talking about the pizza. Like Eric ordered the wings. Dude, I honestly, I mean, I don't eat buffalo wings a lot, but these were probably in the top 5 of the best buffalo wings I've ever had in my life. They had these like crunchy things on it was phenomenal. So I'm more than honored to patronize that guy all day long.
So Stock says he usually only pays $20 to get whacked. Anyone else is overpaying. That's Bangkok prices, back alley Bangkok prices. And actually, you know, one of the things I want to get to some of the food Eric posted yesterday. If you guys are not following Minority Nomad's channel, go check it out because he posted a Mexican food video the other day. And Eric, I'm sorry, I forget the name of that place. If you could post it in the comments, I'll share it. But
please do.
They made a burrito called the Keto Burrito, where like they made a tortilla out of cheese, so there's no carbs in this thing at all. But I will say the corn tortillas at the place he ate at, they looked like completely off the wall. Like just these corn tortillas were amazing looking, like the perfect amount of bend but crispy, and it was pretty insane. Oh, Cholo's BKK.
Cholo's. He mentioned that to me before because I asked him what's like the best in his mind. Yeah.
So here's Cody posted something, and this is Cody. I appreciate this comment because this is the type of mindset that I try to keep, you know, and I think like it helps anyone to have this type of positive mindset. He says, whenever I get anxiety over trying something new, I remind myself that people this bad at life are somehow successful and I can find a way so I can too. Yeah. And I mean, like if you're uncomfortable, you're doing something right for the most part. If you've got anxiety, you're doing something right. You just have to work through it.
I can appreciate that. One of the things that I've also learned to do is that I look at someone else's behavior, and if I like basically dislike it, this was happening last night. There was some guy like complaining about stuff, and I thought to myself, do I do that in any of my life? And I find someone like you or like Rob, like a really good friend who like knows me, and I'm like, dude, do I do that? Like, do I not notice that like I'm like, you know, the Thai Visa fucking poster boy? And because I'm like, man, that is a behavior that I find really unattractive. I hope I'm not like delusional and doing something like that. It can be a great learning moment. So
yeah. So so Senior Frank says too, there are plenty of people that will suck at something for money, but have a good attitude about it. Yeah, you definitely can't have both, right? And you know, Joe P with the best shirt, the guy with a shirt like this, you've got to listen to. You know, it all comes down to respect for others or self. Up top, boom. And then so I saw Eric posted he's posting his top 5 tacos in Bangkok tomorrow. So guys, definitely go sub his channel. If you want the top 5 tacos, I'll be interested to see what you choose because there's a lot of Mexican places in Bangkok, some really good, some not. But Eric and I we stopped at Taco Bell a few months back, and I think we were in Sampang. No, in Midtown. We're in Samyang Midtown, and we stopped at the Taco Bell. And guys, let me know how much is a taco at Taco Bell in the U.S. because Eric legit paid $3 for a taco at Taco Bell, and it like one taco, one beef, because you have to pay extra for beef because the default setting in Thailand is pork. And so it was like 99 baht, essentially $3 for one taco. And
amazing.
We were talking about it. I was like, dude, like, what does the taco cost at Taco Bell? I think they're like $3 for $1 in the U.S. He's like, yeah, probably.
I think so. I think they're like, well, I mean, you get like packets, like you get a 6-pack. I literally, the last time I ate a Taco Bell, God, it was supposed to be 20 years, at least 20 years. 99 cents, Todd says, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, who said, oh, is it 99 cents? Is that what?
Doorman.
$3 fucking taco.
Yeah.
So Eric comes across with this. One of his life mottos, fail at something every day, pushes you to try new things and kills the fear of failure that cripples so many. Yeah. And Eric's a guy, I remember, this is going back a couple years. Eric and I were having lunch, and he had been working on some projects. He had been in Bangkok for an extended period of time. And he's like, I've been here too long. He's like, I just got to hit the road. I'm like, like, plan some trips. What's going on? He's like, no, I'm going to fucking give up my condo, pack my bag, and leave for at least 2 years. And like literally within like, I would say like 30 days from that, he was on a flight to somewhere. And then he passed through Bangkok for like a week at a time, like a few times. And that was it. He was on the road traveling, doing work. And, just because he was comfortable. Right. And like, you get to the point where you're comfortable at something and, 100% on him that he realized, like, hey, I'm comfortable, and that means I'm stagnant. And he hit the road for 2 years. And it's funny, he got stuck here. Like, he's not stuck, but luckily he was in Bangkok when shit went sideways. And so he's been here, but now, like, talking to him the other day, he's like, I need to get back on the road. He's like something. He's got the itch, but also at the same time is like opportunity. He's got to figure it out.
No, dude, trust me. I mean, people, because I have friends and they're very comfortable, like just doing the same thing every day. And I'm a traveler, you know, and okay, I'm not just a traveler, because arguably, like, going to the airport and getting on a plane, that's not sexy.
Yeah.
It's the necessary evil. But, and, you know, I make it as fun as I possibly can. But I love discovering things. And then I love going to a place that I've already been to and discovering new things. Like, when I'm in Phuket, one new beach every single day. Absolutely. Today, I'm going to go to Karen, and I'm going to probably go to Kata. Oh, before I forget, Doorman has mentioned, I think he's asked me this like 3 times, dude. I'm really sorry. Yes, I'm going to introduce you to Rob, but you don't need me. Like, all you got to do is walk up and say, hey, Rob. But yes, absolutely, dude. When you get here, don't worry. Todd's going to be staying here tonight. I think he says he's like, right now, he's probably about 6 hours out. He's going to be staying.
He's traveling everywhere, man. The guy's all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, dude, shit, if Gracie was here, I'd be doing the same thing. He's like, yeah, I'm like, because he's road tripping. Oh, that's so fucking awesome, man.
So yeah, Cody says, you know, be willing to, this is 100%, be willing to admit you failed or that, you know, you've done something wrong, make improvements. Absolutely, 100%. You know,
and dude, failure doesn't need to mean bankruptcy.
Yeah. And it's also like just failure, you know, or if you do something wrong or you fail, it's not a weakness. Right? Oh. Growing from it is one of the biggest strengths you could have. At $3 for the taco.
7 hours, 6 minutes. Nice time.
$3 for a taco. Yeah. So Dorman says they're 99 cents. So triple. We paid triple. Oh wait, no. Cody says 169 for a normal taco in AK. Wow, in Alaska. Yeah, but Alaska prices are like everything else, right, Cody?
Yeah. With the exception of fuel, I think. I think they get a good deal on gasoline.
So yeah, Taco Bell's got vegan options now in Bangkok. For some weird reason, it's only available for like certain hours of the day, but it's cheaper than the beef taco.
Oh yeah, well, because it's lettuce.
No, it's got like Beyond Meat in it, which doesn't make sense because it's more expensive than beef.
Are you sure they're using Beyond Meat?
Yeah.
Oh, I am so excited, dude. I just bought
like the shareholder.
Oh my God. I just bought a lot more because why? And it wasn't. Oh, that's right. Well, hold on. Taco Bell over here, is it still part of Yum Brands?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think so, yeah. So Eric, man, have a good leg day. Leg day is my least favorite day, also one of my favorite days, brother. Have a good one. I think Tony's in town, so tell him I said hi if you see him at Muscle Factory.
Is he seriously back up there?
Yeah, I saw him he was posting pictures of some girl's ass, and he tagged it Muscle Factory on his IG stories. So, nice. You know, he's pretty real time with those things.
True. Some
Thai girl that just had this this great apple bottom, like just mind blowing.
Apple.
You know, just like this thick ass. No, it looked good. It looked good. Oh, so Huglex says he ate at Taco Bell Mercury Mall on Sukhumvit and realized I spent $15. Yeah, dude, right? Like,
ridiculous.
So Hug or Senior Frank or you know, you guys who live here later, Eric. Thanks for coming by, brother. You know, the way they reposition things when they come over here is insane. Like, do you guys remember when IHOP opened in Paragon? It was like a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, right.
Right, and like people were going and like making reservations at IHOP, and actually Eric's gone, but I remember Eric went there early to try it and like do a video or something, and they gave him pancakes that were like raw in the middle, and he's like, you guys don't know how to cook pancakes? What's up?
My buddy's a big shareholder in IHOP. Actually, he owns Michael Dell. He owns a lot of it. Yeah.
So Senior Frank says Taco Bell in Thailand is not Yum Brands. They're a Thai company that got their rights for the region. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's right. In fact, I think they have like a ton of brands. They have like Taco Bell and Burger King. And I mean, that's right. That's right. Pizza company. It's a huge company. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Reindeer. You guys eat reindeer sausage?
Well, it's kind of like, it's like eating venison, right?
No, but I didn't know reindeer was in Alaska. I thought that was like a Norwegian thing or something. I know you guys have moose, right, Cody? Moose is a big kind of game meat up there.
Same in Maine.
Yeah, moose. Well, I don't know. People don't hunt moose as much in Maine, right? I think it's Alaska's like a big moose hunting state.
Yeah, probably. I think hunting just in general in Alaska is a lot more common. Yeah.
I saw my friend from Canada posted a photo the other day that she didn't take it, but she took it from somewhere, and it was from maybe Newfoundland, and it was this giant fucking moose that the shoulder had to be at like 7 feet.
They're enormous animals. Yeah, no, they're very big, and they attack you.
Yeah, no, I saw once a photo of a car that hit a moose in the road and took the roof off the car, and the moose ran into the woods, then died. They're pulling the jet skis out for the day. Nice.
Well, that's morning traffic where I'm at. I just wanted to make sure you saw that.
So reindeer sausage is caribou. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So reindeer's domesticated. Oh, okay. Okay. So what's it taste? Is it similar to venison, Cody, or is it different? I'm curious.
When you make sausage, you put a lot of spices in it, right? So
it depends, right? It's really more fat, right? Sausage, you want to add a lot of fat.
Yeah.
Oh, so Joe says no hunting moose in Maine.
Not anymore? Really? I mean, again, it's been a while since I talked to my buddy Brian, but he used to hunt like crazy up there.
He says it's pretty unique. Yeah, so some sausage has a lot of spice, but some sausage is just meat and fat, right? And you just want to get the flavor from fat.
I'm trying to think. You know what I like in Thailand? They're those sausages. Usually they sell them on the side of the street, and they have like rice in them. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, he says it's a staple breakfast food in Alaska. Nice. Yeah, I don't think a vegan diet would go so hot in Alaska, right, Cody? I mean, not a ton of vegetables are probably stupid expensive there. You'd be eating a lot of canned foods or like preserved vegetables and stuff. So Mariano wants to be at that beach right now. He wants to know if you need an assistant. But Mariano, keep in mind the feces, man, the feces.
Yep. I am so glad that you have that belief because guess what? More beach for me, buddy. More beach for me.
It's integrated into the sand.
Uh-huh. It's like some guy having a belief that all attractive Filipinas are horrible to date. Great. Believe that all day long, dude.
Oh, so this is the thing. Like, I like when guys come here and like, oh, the only girls you meet in Thailand are bar girls. Like, hey, go ahead, man. Date bar girls. That's fine. Like, leave the great ones for everyone else.
The appropriate statement is the only girls they meet in Thailand are bar girls. So and for them, Thailand is Beach Road in Pattaya.
Now, I've heard guys tell me like, oh, I only meet bar girls in Thailand. I don't know what's up. Like, well, where are you meeting girls? At the bar, right? Like, or soy cowboy. Well, that's your problem. Put in some fucking work, dude. Yeah. It's not going to come to you. So weird. So far, none. I've seen any fish poop.
Yeah.
So, Todd, you check in there for the feces for us? Also, veggies are pricey and fruits ripen on the barge up here. One of the first things I do when I get to Thailand is fresh pineapple. Dude, fruit in Thailand, like no matter where you live in America, fruit in Thailand is by far the best thing in the world. Like fruit here is on another level. Mango, like I thought I had mango before I came here, dude. Thai mango is out of this world. Pineapple as well, man. I love pineapple. Watermelon here is outrageously good, and it's less than $1, you know. So, and green fresh vegetables here, like picked ripe. So where you guys are all jumping on the spicy sausage. You must be thinking of spicy sausage 2 a.m. on Cowboy. Absolutely, right? If you can't find that spicy sausage, you're doing it wrong. You can get local veggies in the summer, though. Alaska has some record-breaking size veggies because of summer daylight. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Right? All that long daylight. But how long is your summer? It's only like a month or something, right? So veggies are cheap in Thailand. Goddamn right. Veggies are super cheap here, man. Oh, veggies. Yes, I spelled that right. Yes, veggies are also super cheap in Thailand, depending on where you go, Josh. I'll leave that up for a little bit because that's catchy. So we've got no veggies, not veggies. Veggies are super cheap. Yes, they are. Different. Oh, nice. The pineapple there. Dude, pineapple.
I forgot I had. Amazing. Juicy. 20 baht. No, 30 baht.
Everything is picked ripe here in Thailand. Even the green veggies. Like, it just comes in. Like, you buy it from the market. It's been picked fresh. Also, to Josh's point, the veggies are picked fresh as well.
There you go. I'm straight from Isan.
Oh, dude, when you get here, man, let me know. When mangosteen season hits, I've got a spot. And you can get, like, it's so good. Mangosteen's the best. You got to be ready to wash your hands, though, because your hands will turn purple from the skin. The skin on the
What do they look like? What
it's like a little purple ball, right? But when you break it open, it's just white and fleshy.
Oh, is it like got spikes on it on the outside?
No. That's a rambutan, what you're thinking of. This is just...
the red thing?
This is like a smooth purplish skin. Stuck says, now, Chiang Mai has the best spicy sausage in Thailand. Oh.
Not Soy Cowboy?
Yeah, mangosteen's fantastic. Mid-June to end of August for summer. That's not a bad summertime. I had a friend who lived in Alaska for a while. He was in the Army band. And he said the summers in Alaska made essentially the winters worth it.
Really?
Yeah.
I would not have said. I will not say that.
No, so that's he loved the summer in Alaska. He said, like the brutal winter, which is every month that's not summer, makes the summer worth it because the summer is so perfect. Yeah, Dorman's 100% right, man. Pineapple is grown here, right? There's no Hawaiian pineapple shipped on a barge. None of that bullshit. You know, straight pineapple picked from the tree in the market that day. And then Mr. Mitch, look at what Suburban Beard started, man. Josh is killing us. Like, some veggies have gone beyond their shelf life. This is true. And some veggies have been returned multiple times and repackaged as new.
Put away wet.
Yeah. Rode hard, put away wet. Yeah. Thai fruit and veggies, hug life, man, for sure. It's unlike anything else in the world. Like, in my opinion, I've never had vegetables or fruit as good as here. Right? That's why even cabbage tastes good here. Cabbage, which is like one of the most... Like, cabbage has no, in the U.S., cabbage has no flavor. It's just fiber. It's a shitty vegetable. Here, cabbage has a ton of flavor. Oh, we got Token Nomad, man. What's going on, dude? Glad to see you. You guys on mute while on a conference call listening to a guy in Taiwan with really bad going over, oh, God, SAP workflows. I'm sorry, dude.
Dude, SAP is a bitch, but it does a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for coming by, brother. I appreciate you. Oh, and Benja's in the house. Hey, Benja.
Hey, dog.
Now the chat's about to go crazy. We got Benja here.
Yeah, right.
So Josh says, one of my best friends is heading up to Alaska as a chef, enlisted manager.
Chief.
Oh, chief enlisted manager. Nice. Yeah, Alaska's, I mean, it's probably the last frontier for America, I would imagine. Like, there's still parts of it that are, you know, just hard to get to. There's places that are completely cut off.
Isn't that what their license plates say?
I don't know. Does it say the last frontier?
I think so.
So, Cody, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I read somewhere that Alaska has more plane crashes than the rest of the U.S. combined. And I believe that's due to people who actually just travel by, like, little prop plane up there.
Yeah. Sounds true.
Frank Kenny, what's up from Bangkok? Hey, Frank, thanks for coming by, man.
Frank. Good to see you, man. New name to me.
Yeah, what part of Bangkok you in? I am in Bangkok myself, but Mike is down in Phuket at the moment, exploring beaches, doing a feces check.
It is a It is a commitment, I will say.
Josh says, "Is Mike at a porn shoot?"
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Why else would you go to Phuket?
Dude, come on, forget about it.
One of my buddies, he sent me a thing the other day. He sent me a photo of some girl's profile he's going on a date with, and it literally says she's a porn star.
Who's this?
One of my buddies here in Bangkok, he's going out with a girl, okay. And he sent me her Tinder profile, and it's like, she works as a model and porn star. He's like, so of course I swiped right away.
What does right mean? Does that mean yes or no? I don't know.
Yeah, yes. He says he's got a date set up with her, so he's excited.
Okay.
Cody says, I might have missed some Cody stuff here. He says, yeah, most of it's hard to get to. Yes, the last frontier. Say, man, Joe's checking out the Suburban Bear. Man, yeah, Joe's up for it all. Yeah, Suburban Bear, man. He's like, Josh, are you back to every day, or are you just doing like a couple still? Because this is like peak light season for Josh. I don't know if he's still editing.
Peak light season? Oh, you mean the Christmas tree?
Yeah. Oh, Frank, you're in La Prau. Nice. Good area over there. Are you
Where's that?
Or are you deep into La Prau? La Prau's like north part of the city, I guess. It's like It's one of the areas that was like the early expansion. So there's like parts of La Prau that are like super dense.
Oh, nice.
So Ben just says, hello, the door. I think she means doorman, but I don't know your name. His name's Todd. Todd the doorman. He said, thanks, Joe P. Focus on more deals. I'm finishing up tomorrow's video now. Nice. Oh, so here's about the planes. So that sounds right regarding airplanes, but on the other hand, it is odd to live here and not know someone that's a pilot. So you don't know a pilot?
So someone that is not a pilot.
Oh, no, someone that's not a pilot. Okay. Yeah, so I guess everyone has to fly to get around up there, right? Did anyone fly ultralights up there? I always think those are cool.
I don't know if you can do that anymore in California.
Frank is a long-time listener, first-time chatter, man. Well, thank you for joining the chat, dude. Appreciate it.
Right out
I'm trying to. The chat's moving real. The chat's all glitchy right now. On not on YouTube, but on StreamYard, guys. The chat's like all glitchy on me.
Your video is glitchy.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. If not, I mean, it comes and goes. It's no big deal.
You glitched up a little bit on me early on, but other than that, and for whatever reason, the chat's just like all 20. So Ben's like all 23 watching. Damn right.
Whoop, whoop.
Josh with the smash that thumbs up. Also, Frank's out by the MRT. Yeah, that's right. MRT, La Prau MRT. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I used to live out by Queen Sirikit MRT, between Queen Sirikit and Asok. Queen Sirikit MRT, Asok BTS, Sukhumvit MRT. I like the MRT personally. It's like brings you to neighborhoods that you wouldn't otherwise get to. I think that's great.
Well, one of these days, actually, I am going to be back in Bangkok long enough, and we'll do the BTS run.
Yeah, because dude, get here for more than a fucking day, Mike.
There are, I mean, because I went all the way down to Keha and then cruised up and like stopped at a bunch of it. I mean, that is places in Thailand. Places in Bangkok that I normally would never go. It's awesome down there, dude.
I think they just opened a new station as well because I saw one of the signs change.
Well, there's actually 5 more. They did that extension north.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah.
So past the university.
5 new ones?
Yeah.
Josh is not pumping it out every day. Josh is he's on that penny life. How he's gonna? Josh will post his haul videos, and he'll go out and he'll buy like 600 things. He's like, I spent $6.23 with tax.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's like a lot of it's like shit stuff that he's just gonna donate, but it's still like pretty wild that he gets like all this stuff for like $6. And I think that's why people go crazy. I bet you like the middle-aged housewives on his channel are out of control. Like that's
where's he live?
Ohio, in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Not so Cody says not sure on ultralights, but my uncle was looking into it, but I'm not versed in it. Yeah, I've seen them before. They're basically like a hang glider with an engine on them. I think they look cool. I'd love to try one. Not sure. Not sure if I would feel like super safe, especially if Alaska's the crash capital of the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it up there because I'll never go there. I mean, it's freezing, dude. Forget it.
Josh saying never use StreamYard chat. It's 45 seconds delayed. Pop out window from the YouTube video. So I think what's going to happen
is it seriously that delayed?
That's what he's saying. I might end up doing I might get like a pop-up monitor to put in here once I get the new computer in. Bring downstairs monitor up here maybe as a second and get an arm that mounts.
Well, it's like I told you, right? Like, so in my house, when I was doing these more regularly, I would actually have the chats up on my big screen, like in the living room. And that was awesome because quite frankly, big screen TVs are like free. You could like mount those like on that second shelf you have like right in front of us.
So what I'm thinking is with the desk that I have up in the studio, I might put like one of those arms on the side and put the old monitor up there. And then run that. But again, I've only got the 2 outputs. I got to figure out if I can do the monitor because I got to switch it. I got to use the USB-C output. I'll figure it out how to do it. But yeah, because I'm going to get 2 new 4K monitors for downstairs. I'm going to get like one long curved one and then like one kind of more traditional sized one.
Have you used a curved one before?
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like it, actually. I don't know why. But
so I don't like you can get one with a little bit of curve or you can get one with like a huge curve. I can see where the huge curve is kind of cool for gaming, but the little bit of curve I actually kind of like.
Okay.
I mean, I might not. It depends on what I can find. But then I'm gonna my plan is to use the longer one, like a 16:10 ratio one for essentially timeline workflow stuff. And then the other one for like sample video, stuff like that for the pop out and set it up that way. We got Joe in the, oh man, it's really, it's all glitchy. It just flew past.
Hit refresh. I mean, your video will dump out, but the thing will still be here. You probably have issues with Chrome.
Ultralights are great, especially when you kill the motor and just glide. It sounds like it would be cool.
Huh.
Fairbanks regularly hits 90 degrees in the summer. What?
Even at night? Like, how hot is it at night in Fairbanks? Of course, in the summer, is there even night? Like, I don't know how far north Fairbanks is, but maybe the sun like never goes down or something.
Yeah, what's the temp been like in Phuket while you've been there? Is it cool?
All right, so you got to remember that like when it gets below 75 and there's a breeze, I'm cool. I'm cold. And I actually saw the comment that someone made about their friend who lives in Chiang Mai and how it's like cold and they're wearing like winter coats. I'm like, fuck this. I'll just send the money to the kids. The temperature right now is probably 85. There's a little bit of a breeze. The short answer is that it seems like everywhere I go that's like near a beach in Thailand is always about 10 degrees cooler than Bangkok. Because you know how Bangkok is like hot, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but I was sweating earlier, but of course then I get used to it.
It hasn't broken 30 here in a week.
As a low, you mean?
No, as a high. It's been under 30 all week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at night it was getting kind of chilly for me. I'm on my balcony. I'm like, man, but I mean, I have my air conditioning set on 27, right? So I don't, that's about as cold as I want to be.
At night, I put mine to 25.
Oh, dude.
Oh, so Tokens, he found a new awesome bourbon. Not sure if you can get it there, but if you can, where is it? Here it is. Breckenridge Bourbon.
Breckenridge.
The bourbon selection here is pretty limited, Token, as far as like what I can get new. And because it's basically there's only a couple of guys who import. So usually like I can almost always find Woodford and Buffalo. And then every now and then you'll be able to find something else like a Bullet or something like that. But you know, it's pretty. And then there's always like the cheap Jim Beams, and there's something here called Benchmark, which is basically swill that they call bourbon. But as far as that, I might have to see next time in the future when people can travel here. I might have to get someone to smuggle me in one. What are the flavor notes on that token? Hey, Richard Martin, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming by. Oh, damn. So Hugh says he knew a guy who built ultralights in his garage, wouldn't fit through the door, so he had to disassemble it.
Sounds like a real student.
We're going to need a bigger door.
Yeah. Live and learn.
So they have that in Colorado, the Breckenridge?
Well, that's probably where it's from. Breckenridge, Colorado.
Yeah. So Todd says Weather Channel says 83 degrees.
What does it say it feels like? Because of course there's humidity. I mean, I can check my phone, but yeah, I mean it's about that. It's like in the shade. It's with little breeze. It's
27 right now where I live in Bangkok. So this is an important point Mr. Mitch brings up, and I 100% agree with him. I'd rather deal with the cold in Thailand than the cold he's dealing with now. So yeah, I don't want to fuck with that Cleveland cold anymore. Josh already has snow.
Dude.
Right? I don't want to fuck with snow.
I left that climate 30 years ago. I left Boston 30 years ago, dude, and I never looked back. 32 years ago.
I love some of the northern cities in the U.S., except and Cleveland gives zero shits about plowing. And when they do plow, they give zero shits about road conditions. So they just throw the metal blade down and rip the road up.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
Cleveland. And there'll be parts of. I remember being on a main road in Cleveland the day after a snowstorm, and it wasn't plowed.
Is there no funds for it? What's the deal?
I just think they give zero fucks. You see pileups on the side of the road all the time from people who just can't brake.
I don't.
It makes zero sense. And again, then they would in Rhode Island. They used to have they put hard plastic blades on the end of the plows so they don't rip up the road.
And then they replace it
before the road. And but in Cleveland they don't have that. They just throw the metal blade down and run it.
So you hit a speed bump, rip that thing right out of the
in the first few months of spring, you'd see just brick, exposed brick in the road because they ran so much of the asphalt away.
Well, to be fair, in Massachusetts, obviously we had potholes right in the spring, and they would just patch them over. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in Massachusetts though, they run the plastic blade, so it's not as bad.
Yeah, and then where I live, they took good care of stuff. So.
Oh, so here, I gotta love Thailand. I don't mean to completely change the subject, but how's your trip going? I thought you guys said you were going to go in the beginning of December. Is that trip school still on? So, yeah, Mike, being a weather bitch, keeps pushing back a little bit, but Mike had to use up the rest of his travel time on. So your Air Asia pass is done, right?
December 17th is my last flight on Air Asia, and that brings me back down here. So I don't know when I'll be home.
So we gotta do it in January because we actually have to hit it really before February and get up there and do something. And the teacher's kind of waiting on a lot of the stuff because we've been talking with her. So when Mike gets back, we'll go through a bunch of the stuff that we have, especially the stuff from Hugh, and get something planned, hopefully for January, and get up there, hit it real quick, and come back and get some good video. There won't be any live streams while we're there.
That's for sure. I mean, trust me, one of the things that keeps me from just saying, oh yeah, let's go tomorrow is the picture you've painted of the weather. I'm like, look, dude, I didn't retire this early to be uncomfortable ever. So I have very strict requirements on what I'm willing to do. As an example, Mike, why did you stop doing YouTube videos? Because 5 guys were total douchebags and it was very easy to remove them from my life. And now I'm happy at the beach, hanging out with Dana. So suck it.
So it's not going to be super. It's not like winter conditions, Mike. You'll be fine. I told you all day long. You'll be warm during the day.
All right.
And at night, you'll crawl into a sleeping bag and you'll be warm.
Yeah. Showers. You see?
I'll bring some baby wipes for you.
Dude, I'm telling you, you guys that are like willing to tolerate discomfort, guess what? You're not retired.
It's not discomfort, right? So the shower situation will be different, but actually they had a water heater last time, so you should be okay.
Really? Where do they get the energy for it?
No, they use the gas stove to heat the water up.
Well, we do that at Gracie's house, right? I mean, those electric kettles? Like we get like 3 or 4 of those, and then we just pour it in because you do the dip shower thingy.
Yeah, so they do the same thing, but with a gas heater. They heat up the water, and then you're good to go.
How difficult is it? I guess those big tanks of propane. Is that what they get there?
They bring up like not big ones, but I think they're 7 kg tanks.
Okay, that can last quite a while.
Yeah, like I have a 7 kg tank in my kitchen here, which is one of the nice things about not living in a condo, and that you can have gas. But it lasted us 10 months. Now I don't cook every day, but 10 months is still. For essentially, I think it cost $4 to fill that tank.
I was going to say, yeah, it's like I
have a 1,200 baht deposit on the tank.
Right, but it costs 100 baht to fill it. Yeah. Or 200, probably 200,
something like that.
Yeah.
And then they come and install it for you. Like that price includes delivery and installation and swapping the tank out. I mean. And the guys who do it live right down the street. Great shop, and even you call at the end of the day, they'll come no problem. Really cool.
Okay, go down to Gotta Loves Thailand's most recent comment about the hotel, and you can understand my vision of what's going on up there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to go on a trip unless it's a 5-star hotel that could take me in there back each day. Yeah, definitely no 5-star that you're going to be able to go to that can take you into the hill tribe every day. But I'll tell you, once you're up there, dude, it's getting up there is an adventure in itself. But once you're up there, I mean, it's the ability. You feel very peaceful because you're so disconnected from technology, and I think that's the greatest.
Yeah,
like that to me, that's the biggest benefit. And then all these kids from the school, you see their faces and. Again, they're going to see the first, like I said, when I went up there last time, some of these kids, I was the first foreigner they ever saw. So now I'm going to bring a dude who's even taller than me. And they're going to be like, holy shit, they get taller.
When they get older, they lose their hair. How does that even work?
Oh, you'll have a beard going by the time we come back.
Ugh. I can shave while I'm up there. I mean, we're only going to be there like a week.
They'll probably do 5 days up there, maybe 4. Depends on
it takes 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back.
Yeah, so it depends on what the teacher's cycle is, but she'll just basically accommodate whatever we want to do.
What's the nearest big city? Chiang Rai or Chiang Mai?
Mae Song.
Is there an airport there?
Town, but no. Chiang Mai is the airport. So I think what we'll do is we'll train up. So we'll bring everything on the train, go up overnight, and then fly back.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that's the thing. Because if it's Chiang Mai, I can get a flight to anywhere in China, anywhere in Thailand from Chiang Mai.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that'd be cool. I could cruise back down. Yeah, nice. Because I'm seriously thinking about getting. Todd found this 2-bedroom house here in Phuket with a pool for 15,000 baht a month, and I'm like, dude, come on. I'll just
Token Nomads. Anyone going to take advantage of the Live 1 Year in Hyatt Regency Bangkok for $33K?
Yeah.
So
for 100,000 baht.
Yeah. So you can actually So my Thai teacher, Bowie, she's moving here in January. She's going to live in a hotel, Eastern something, out by across the river, and it's 700 baht a month, like 780 a month for a 1-bedroom for a 1-room. Unit, and if you upgrade to
780 baht, clarify
7,000 baht a month. But if you upgrade to 12,000 baht a month, you get the executive suite and breakfast and everything included
every day.
Yeah, and then two free drinks or something, and they clean it once a week.
Where is this?
It's Eastern. It's called Eastern something. It's over across the river in Bangkok. It's a hotel that they're basically. No one's staying there, and they're not a authorized ASQ, so they're renting it out.
Cody if it's an executive suite and it's a 1-bedroom, that wouldn't be so bad. But dude,
Cody says, Mike, think of the awesome story and life experience.
Cody, if I told you what I've been able to do thus far in my life, you would not believe me, and you would think I'm bragging. Trust me. Nothing. Yeah, I'm good.
This is a new experience, right? You've never done this, so something new to add to the ledger.
No disagreement.
Joe asked, is Dorman coming with us? We should get Todd to come up with us.
I mean, yeah, he'll be down here I think he might be staying down here. I can't remember. When he gets here tomorrow. I don't know if he's in the chat anymore. I think he bailed. But,
he said no, he is. He said, doubt it, Joe.
Yeah, he'll probably be down here. He'll probably be down here for most of the time.
So the Gotta Love Thailand says, well, they have at least room service, right? I think he's talking about the Hill Tribe. Yeah, room service. Yeah, great service.
They'll bring me rice. Yeah, probably. Right.
Actually the food when we cooked up there, I just say because everything they cook's fresh. I mean, it's so good.
Right. I'm sure. You know? Yeah.
But if they offer you their chili paste, keep in mind their chili paste has rat in it.
That I won't eat. I mean, obviously, I'm going to need to stay. Oh, there's fresh water up there, right? Like bottled.
Yeah, we'll bring it with us when we go up.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, I didn't realize how bad water for me is like you drinking milk.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I went through. I had this experience in the Philippines. Ever since then, it's like the slightest bit of bacteria, and I had no idea. I don't know what happened to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, and the teacher wouldn't let us drink the water up there, so it's like we'll have bottled water up there. Like the locals drink the spring water.
Well, sure,
it wouldn't be safe for us. We're not used to it. Yeah. So, Senior Frank, it's about 4 hours one way to get up to the village.
Yeah,
about 4 hours down, through the mountain road. So yeah, not plausible to go up and down each day. And then Dorman, doubt it.
Yeah, he's staying in Phuket for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy the beach. Joe says he would eat rat.
Well, I mean, if it's cooked, dude, it's right.
So my buddy Bareback Walsh, he loves eating barbecue rat out in the farm country. He says it tastes like duck.
Oh, it's oily?
He says it's like fatty, yeah. Like the field rat, like the rice field rats.
Yeah, they probably eat well.
And so here's the thing, too. It's not like city rat, right, where they're just eating shit. The rice field rats, they actually destroy the crops. So, when they get out there and they're eating that, you're killing the rats that are destroying the crops and you're eating it. It's food. Why not?
Well, I mean, they're eating fresh vegetables all day long.
Yeah. So, and then Stuck says rat's not bad if freshly cooked. Cody says the trip sounds fucking awesome. I would join if I was there. Hey, if you get here by January. We'll be going back for sure. So we'll hopefully when we do this in the future, after this trip, we'll put together some more information. We'll set up like a GoFundMe or something like that for the school, and we'll definitely plan it. If guys want to join in the future, we definitely work that out. Did you say we missed something?
A bunch of comments. Yeah, you're go back to 1023. There's I missed
MedTech being here altogether. Thank you for being online, stories and experience. Thank you so much, MedTech. Appreciate you coming by. To 1023.
Yeah.
All right.
Richard Martin, and then with Benja, something about Hurricane Charlie. I've never heard of that, but I know that Stuck has shared several times about how his life changed big time, and it wasn't just once, right, Stuck? I mean, I thought you shared there were two.
Florida gets ass fucked by hurricanes 2-3 times a year.
Yeah, it can really.
Yeah.
I should tell those stories someday, huh, Cody? Not on my channel.
He's told them a few times here, on this one at least. Some of them.
Oh, no. Yeah.
he's told me some in private too that probably aren't channel appropriate for even for this channel.
Ones that involve bunnies that occur at a mansion in Los Angeles. Yeah, those will never get shared.
The more calm stories.
The which ones? The bunny ones?
Yeah, the mansion ones. Yeah.
That's because they didn't tell you everything.
You gotta tell us what happens in the grotto. Is it like Vegas? What happens in the grotto stays in the grotto.
Sort of. What happens in the dorms stays in the dorms. Believe it or not, the mansion's not there anymore. But the girls, like, they actually like sleep in bunk beds.
They tear it down. They tore down the mansion.
Yeah, no, they sold it. I mean, it was owned. So Playboy was owned by a receivership company, right? For a while, it was in receivership for a while, and but the guy who basically lived next door, he ended up buying it, and. And the mansion, it needed serious work. I mean, the physical plant was in tough shape. And like so outside of the grotto, there's like 5 or 6 toilets, like underneath like the rocks and everything. And they would always back up. I mean, it was just, it had really big problems. The front of it was awesome. And then there was this huge lawn, which was, really fun. Mm-hmm. But he bought it and he said, it's funny because if you're up there and you're like, and you refer to it as the Playboy Mansion, this guy freaks. He hates it. He was like, this will not be referred to that as anymore. So Charing Cross Road is where it is, if you care. But yeah, I mean, it was a totally fun, time. It was great.
Yeah. So Joe says one-armed driver to the hill. Actually, so the teacher has her own 4x4 now, truck. So we don't need to get the one-armed driver. She has 2 arms. She can almost see over the steering wheel, so we should be good.
Yeah, we'll just get her some blocks for the pedals.
Brick oven baked iguana is good. Oh. We're getting all the exotic meats up in here. So when are you doing this, Dorman asked, when are you doing this trip? So we're doing this in hopefully January. We got to plan it when Mike gets some time back in the Big Mango. But yeah, actually, like your surveyor skills would probably be a big benefit. Like going up there, like the stuff that you do could help us at least like have a more technical eye to the project.
When you're a surveyor, if you don't have like the tripod with the beam in it, I mean, is it difficult to do? I mean, can you do your work still with like, I don't know, a clipboard and pens? I mean, don't you need gear, right? To be like,
was telling me, I don't know what everything he does is, but he was showing me, like, he sent me a video of the tunnel he worked in New York. Like,
yeah, it was awesome, right?
Underground projects, man. That's some awesome stuff.
Yeah. Now people wonder how the MRT gets built, right? They just like, oh, it just magically showed up underground and now there's stairs. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. And I was asking Todd about like the sand hogs and stuff because I'd heard about that. Dude, like the stuff Todd was doing underground is just awesome.
Hard work. Token talks about the Hyatt package. Did you see that comment?
Yeah. The private party.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, here, the perks of the Hyatt package. Pretty sweet. You get a private rooftop party. You get basically most of your food every day, including you get 10 limo rides and a bunch of other stuff. Way over the top. I mean, 30.
Well, let me tell you, taking a limo in Bangkok, all you're doing is sitting in an air-conditioned box for 2 hours where you could take the BTS, take 25 minutes.
And I got to say, the BTS, like, they've got the climate control pretty dialed in. The MRT is like an ice box.
Very cold. Agreed. Yes.
You get on the MRT, it's like, God, like, one, you've just been sweating. So you get on the MRT, you're going to get sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, same with the airport rail link, dude. That thing is freezing. Oh my God.
Yeah. The airport rail link really cold.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's more.
So Dorman says, looking at a map, I'm good. I can get anywhere. That's from the Army training, map reading. I will say land nav and like map reading in the Army definitely was like probably one of the best things like I learned there. Like as far as like just a life skill, being able to read a map, like understand, like, make adjustments. And then like the whole, like you learn how to pace yourself at land nav. So like they have these things called ranger beads where you basically count off your paces. So, and land nav's fun. Like when I was at Fort Bragg and we did land nav, really like good time, like multiple day course. 10 limo rides, do it at night to impress some friends. The only time you'd want to be out on the roads is probably like 3 a.m., right? So if you want to just take advantage, you're like, I'm just going to take a ride around the city, 3 a.m., jump in a limo and actually be able to move.
I don't like limos. They're not very comfortable. Right? I mean, you got to like bend to get in and everything. The back is, I don't know. I've never been a fan.
So we got this person, Gracie.
Honey, I didn't even see you. How you doing?
Yeah, where's she from?
She's so awesome.
Hey Gracie, thanks for coming by. You working today at your shop or you at home? What's going on, Gracie?
What's today? Wednesday? Oh yeah.
Running the shop today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll be over there.
So what's the internet like at the what's the internet like in the shop versus at home at the village?
So traditionally in the market, there will be like there's a person that buys like a Wi-Fi hotspot and then they like resell monthly service to it. And sometimes that won't work for like several weeks.
She's at home taking care of mom today.
Oh really? Well, I'm glad, but I hope that she goes to the clinic if she needs to, honey.
Yeah. How close is the clinic?
It's in the little town there. It's just a clinic, though, right?
So Mariano says best thing he learned in the East German army was folding his clothes properly. So in the U.S. Army, we don't fold our clothes at all. It's like you have to iron it and then hang it. Well, I was in the BDU. I was in the Army when we had BDUs. And so it was like iron it, or I would send it out. They'd iron it and starch it, which you're not supposed to starch it. But you get in trouble if it wasn't crisp, so everyone starched it. Now they have ACUs, which they don't have to iron. Also, we got Paul Apps in the comment says, I made it to ASQ. Language school is saying they can convert tourist visa to ed visa in country. Apparently, this is new. I was going to do elite, but can save the money. And well, congrats on being in ASQ. And so that's good if they can convert the tourist to a ed in country. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was told that you can convert a retirement visa to a business visa in country. Spoiler alert. So I would encourage you to verify that with do this. I mean, if you're 100% sure the school can do it and they've guaranteed you that can happen, awesome. Otherwise, ping Ben over at Integrity Legal and just say, look, quick question, can they do? Because I was told several times that my visa could be converted to a B visa through the Board of Investment, and no, I have to leave the country to come back in. So I pray to God that you can change it while you're here, dude. And welcome to Thailand. Welcome to Thailand,
my friend. Glad you're here. Yeah, hopefully you can get that visa done, though. It'd be the ed visa. I got my first education visa out of country. That was 8 years ago. Yeah, I don't know as far as if he says that it's supposedly a new thing that they can convert it. Maybe not. I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah.
Joe says, can you ride a dirt bike? You can definitely ride a dirt bike up to the mountain. I've seen people actually plan trips. So they go up into the mountain ranges on like adventure bikes or dirt bikes. But the craziest shit is like up there, they just ride scooters. So like the kids who live up there, or like the people who live in these hill tribes, they literally ride like Scoopy Eyes up and down the mountain, or Honda Wave mostly. But like I remember we rode scooters back down like halfway. I had to stop because we got to a point where the road was just washed out and like the hills were, the scooter I was on wasn't powerful enough to bring me up the hill. And so we ended up jumping on a truck that came by. But like these kids, like you see like 14-year-old kids basically with rifles strapped to their back and like a fishing rod, two on a little Scoopy Eye, zipping down these dirt roads with huge ruts. You know,
that's
the way of life.
That's a lot like the way it is to get to Gracie's farm. I mean, when we go there in December, usually it's like raining, tons of mud. Now, when you were doing that and you were having that experience, what time of year was it?
I think when we went up, it was either November or December.
November, December. And so there's more or less rain in January?
Less. So like January is like right in the safe zone for us to get up there.
Nice. Good. Yeah. That'll make it easier.
Yeah, I mean, that's ideal. I mean, so we must have been up into, I think we went up like right after the rainy season, which usually ends in October, but has kind of extended into November lately. And so, but there was definitely still some road washed away, like when we went up there. Like you could see they had repaired it, but it wasn't ideal. There's some parts where we were on the road and there was definitely an uncomfortable tilt in the truck.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah. So yeah, Norman says the embassy in Cambodia was the greatest with their help. Yeah, I know you had some good experiences customer service wise, Todd.
Dude, that was awesome to see that. I wish I didn't have to quarantine for 14 days over there.
Yeah. Is it 14 days over there now?
Yeah, it literally got to 14 like the day after he left.
Nice.
And so
lucky for him.
He's been super blessed on this trip, yeah.
So I'll tell you what, that there is, like right now, I'm a little nervous with the COVID, the little mini outbreak that we're having here in Thailand due to the whole Myanmar thing.
Agreed.
People crossing the border, and I mean Thailand's obviously, the what do they call it? The Department of Pandemic Response or whatever. They've done a really good job trying to like nip this in the butt and take care of it, and get on top of it. But it's at a point where like if this gets out of control, we could be in the same situation as Malaysia was a few months ago, or obviously it'll never get to the US points because we don't have people fighting the mask situation here. I was on the train yesterday and there was a girl came on with her mask like down below her nose, a Thai chick. And right away, as soon as she got on the train, these two Thai aunties, like maybe like 55, 60-year-old ladies, jumped into action. Right?
Yeah.
No, like they like went right up to her. Like the first one started talking to her was in Thai. So I was like trying to like pick up, but it's basically like lift your mask up. And the girl started to say something, like she was about to like rebuttal the aunties, and the second one's like no, and put her in her place. And so the girl just pulled her mask up and they went back to their seats. I was like, oh hell yeah, this is why we have no COVID, right? Yeah. Other than these hookers that brought it back from Myanmar, who got it from.
So let me ask you about the proximity. So the Till tribe, how close to Myanmar is it? It's like right on the border, right?
So yeah, it's on the border, but it's so unpassable. It's like basically just drug smugglers come through the town.
Okay, and those are better than hookers because
I mean, it's like when it's infrequent. Like they told us, like it's very rare for someone to come through this part of the village.
Huh?
Because it's so unpassable in the mountains between the two. Can we talk about the drop shipping course? So I don't know, Mike, you have an update on the drop shipping course?
Yeah, I mean, because of the time of year, and because I know what you guys are going through, and like let's face it, I stopped drop shipping simply because I wanted to spend more time with my family, and because of that, I'm going to basically make it really easy on you guys. I'm going to make it 4 payments of $57.
Nice,
super
57.
Yeah, sure.
No way you can say no to a price that ends in 7.
No, I mean, quite frankly, normally the amount of material that I'm giving you has a value that I place on it, of course, of approximately $19,000. But because you guys are my buddies, $57, only 4 payments.
Only 4 payments.
Just
and you
4.
have lifetime access for 90 days.
To my Facebook group.
Yeah. Private Facebook group.
It's private.
Only. Yes, Token says, with regards to mass, if only Americans weren't so ignorant. My buddy Justin posted a video the other day on Twitter of 2 women talking about how their bodies don't have the vibrational frequency to store the COVID virus, so it's impossible for humans to be infected.
Were these girls drunk?
No, and they were 2 Karens in their like 40s or 50s, not wearing masks, going to some rally, talking about their bodies don't have the vibrational frequency.
Did they have a hat that said MAGA on top of it?
It was probably in their bag. They weren't wearing them at the time. But yeah, the ignorance of like, I don't have the vibrational frequency to hold COVID. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is why America is fucked.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those PDFs that you're going to get as part of the drop shipping course, absolutely priceless.
Yeah, and I mean,
PDF access.
Well, and it's a PDF. So, I mean, you guys know you can't change a PDF. So a PDF is exactly the screenshot that I'll take. In fact, what I'll do is I'll screenshot my PayPal account so you guys can see that, like, in the last month, I've been wildly successful. It's just that, I really want to pass this knowledge on to other people and spend more time with my family.
Absolutely. I made billions and billions and billions
That's the thing.
of
Dana.
Vietnamese dong drop shipping. And, I want to give up making more so that I could just teach you how to drop ship from my $120 a month room in Chiang Mai.
Well, that's pretty good because, as you know, I mean, I started out before I lived in this mansion. I was living in an apartment in Cleveland, that only had the one bed in there.
Yeah.
And, I saw all my friends like going to college and stuff and getting degrees and everything. And I'm just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then I found it. I found the book. 4-Hour Work Week. And guys, it changed my life.
Doesn't matter that it's 20 years old. All the information there is super relevant today.
Totally relevant. Yeah, absolutely. Because you know what you can do online? Drop ship.
Yeah, absolutely. All day long, all day, every day. China, if you haven't heard of this country called China, it's changed the world. Token, if you buy the premium package, if you pay the full $10,000 for the one-on-one coaching, we will give you a free no-name Chromebook that runs some bootleg Huawei software, but that is optimized for drop shipping.
But see, honestly, Dana, I mean, I was telling you this earlier. The one-on-one coaching, it was I just saw a notification come on my phone. It's filling up. I mean, and I can only do this with a certain amount of people because it's that one-on-one interaction.
How many spots do we have left, Mike? How many spots do we have left?
I will tell you right now that usually I don't keep the inventory because it's more of a vibration that I use. Yeah, right now, I'm not feeling that there's many spots left. In fact, Token, I tell you what, before you do anything else, before you comment on anything or you say anything or you watch one more video, I'm going to need you to basically sign up for the package. And here's the thing. When you do, within less than 97 hours, you will get an email personally from me.
Personally?
Yes! It's a personal email. It's got my name at the bottom.
The value on that email has to be $1,500 right away.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's why I'm giving away the $10,000 coaching for only $9,997.
My God, that's such a deal.
No, dude, I mean, I'm going to start my own church because the praising that I should get for just giving, I'm essentially giving this information away, Dana. I mean, don't you guys want to live like this? Don't you guys want to live like this? Don't you guys want to live like this here in front of this beach? All you got to do, there's going to be a link at the bottom. There's going to be a link at the bottom or at the top or in my garage behind my Lamborghini, and all of these books behind me I've read.
How long did it take you to be able to buy that beach that you live on, Mike?
You know what? I really had to I had to have a lot of mentors. Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's why my course is so great is because I've already taken all these courses and I've already made all of the mistakes that you guys don't have to. And I've spent thousands of dollars and thousands of hours, and all you got to do is sign up. Quite frankly, if all you do is sign up and pay, all right, for today only, $1,997 of non-refundable deposit, because let's face it, you got to have a commitment. I'll give you, not only will I give you a personal email, in that personal email, there will be a link to a Facebook group.
Private Facebook group?
No, it's public. So there's all this extra information.
Nice. So here's the thing. A lot of people talk about mentors, right? And say like, oh, you should find a mentor organically. No, you should always pay for your mentor more than you think it's worth, because you need to have skin in the game, right?
Well, that pushes you out of your comfort zone.
If you pay us to mentor you, then the value you're going to get, you should probably pay 4 times as much. But we're going to give you so much value in that mentorship. Like you're going to be a billionaire within the year. Results may vary, may not apply to you, but if you're not a billionaire by the end of the year, it's your fault for not listening to us. You did it wrong.
Here's what I'm considering doing, Dana. I think you and I should start a website, and we should have a page specifically for testimonials from people, but we're not going to reveal their true name or the city they're from. In fact, what we'll do is we'll pick random first names with a last initial for their anonymity.
Yeah.
And then let's just pick a U.S. city at random, because it's so easy to do this in any city. In fact, you can even do this from Chiang Mai, Thailand.
Yeah. I mean, that is the hub. If you don't know, Chiang Mai is the hub of digital drop shipping knowledge. And if you're not in that city, you're doing it wrong.
Absolutely.
The vibrations are so good in that city that it just fuels your success.
Why do you think there's no COVID vibrations?
Zero COVID. Vibrations keep the COVID away.
Yeah. You know what? Hold on. I think I see an email coming in right now, which is going to coincide with me going to the restroom. So let me double check on that. I'll be right back for $97.
He's actually going right now to a one-on-one mentor session. So if you paid the $9,000 for mentoring, you would get this one-on-one session right now. He's about to create $100 million in value for someone in that meeting at this moment. So you have to understand, like I said, Mike said, we can't do this all day. We can't just give away value like this. We have to be able to, lock you in. You need skin in the game for us to deliver this type of value to you right now. And if you're not feeling the sense of urgency, you just don't want to be successful. If you're not willing to have skin in the game, you do not want success. And I feel bad for you that you don't want success, because we only want to work with people who want it. And that's why we need to take money from you, because we need you to feel that. We need you to love that. And if you're not drop shipping, you're not doing it right. 100% of the time, we can absolutely turn your $20 into $300K by 4:30 a.m. if you listen to everything we say and do everything we do. And if it doesn't work, it's your fault, Richard. Absolutely. Order before midnight. That's right. Send payments. Oh, guys, I'm losing it, guys. I can't keep it going. I was going so good. Mike is back. I'm going to let Mike tell you guys about all the value he just created for someone on that one-on-one training.
Here's what's interesting, Dana. Just on the way back here, I just got an email from our assistant. We've only got one spot left.
Oh, my.
Just one.
Hurry up now, guys. Hurry up.
Because, I mean, just think, like you said, Dana, just walking back from the restroom, I think we both created value.
I felt much like, Obi-Wan, since the change in the Force, I felt a creation in world value through the vibrations that you created when you came back.
It's hard to do. And here's the thing, is that what we're not selling you is a get rich quick scheme. What we're selling you is the fantasy that you might be able to get rich.
Yes.
Quickly. Big difference, guys. Big difference. And if you're part of the Facebook group, you'd know that already.
So Richard even pointed out he didn't know that you were a Nigerian prince. What actually happened was Mike doubled the GDP of Nigeria, and they gave him royal status.
No, to be fair, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Here's the thing. Yes, I'm royalty, but I have a series of attorneys that if you guys will just sit back and wait a little bit, you're going to get an email from one of them. And it's going to be very genuine. Now, they're typing these so fast because they're trying to give away all my money. A lot of times their grammar's not that great and their spelling can be bad. But trust me, it comes with a Facebook group.
Yeah, absolutely. A private Facebook group.
Well, it has to be private because of the royalty.
Yeah.
In fact, did I tell you this assistant that I hired, she used to work for the King of Thailand.
Oh,
but she's doing administrative work. Fuck! I was so... that was like a good 20 minutes, and I just lost it at the fucking thing.
So Carl says he created value but stupidly left it in the toilet. Actually, if you flushed, Carl, you transferred that value to the treatment plant. So it's okay. That still exists in the system.
Well, see, that's the thing. He's helping out his family by doing that. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm honored, Carl. In fact, we should get a testimonial from Carl. Why don't you?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have one of my assistants reach out to you. Probably my lawyer from probably Nigeria.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Joe already gave us a testimonial right here. I love the course. I've already made 12 million since the live stream started.
You see, and that may not be typical results, but it's possible. Yeah. And quite frankly, if you want to be like Joe, you got to go through the whole course. And here's the thing. I'm going to give you guys a 30-day money-back guarantee. But here's the beauty of this is I'm going to give you information in 31 days. But in the first 30, as long as you commit to doing the first 31st day of work, then that means you're not going to need the 30-day money-back guarantee, and you're going to be as successful as Joe. And quite frankly, if you put some time and energy into it, I mean, look, this isn't for everybody. Like, if you're not serious, if you're not willing to commit to this, if you're distracted by some other thing, like that 9 to 5 that you're working or whatever.
This is not for people who don't want to be successful, who don't want independence, who don't want freedom. If you don't want freedom, you don't want success, this is not for you. Leave the live stream right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And, I mean, what do we got? Yeah. I mean, if you're watching, just type a number in the chat or let me know. Oh yeah. Hey, oh yeah. These are chats you can't see, Dana, but I'm going to acknowledge the people that are coming in from all over the world. Oh, this is, yeah. Okay, good. All right. So we're ready to start. And I think that one of the greatest things about this is we are so global. We are so global.
Oh, I see messages coming in here. Like all of our private one-on-one students in Beverly Hills writing us messages about how successful they are.
That's really good. Richard, that was funny. JC's a good friend of mine, but I understand he sometimes does get a little salesy, doesn't he?
With that being said, guys, it's been a very fun live stream. I know, Mike, you got to go explore some beaches.
I have to, because I want to spend more time with my beverage.
Don't forget to have your assistant who used to work for the PM.
she's gonna reach out to you, Dana. Let me tell you something. She's gonna reach out to you.
After she worked for the PM, I believe she was in art history, working as a curator at a museum.
That's right. You said. Oh my God. Fucking Patong, Jesus Christ. Stick around, guys. You'll be part of these inside jokes real soon.
Yeah. Actually, so guys, I posted, I'll put it up on, I'll put a screenshot on the next video. I don't have it with me, but I got my chairs from Scala.
Oh, yeah.
And great. I mean, it's just nice to have that piece of history in the house, but I posted it on Facebook, and a mutual acquaintance of Mike and I left like this really like weird comment about, and I said, unfortunately COVID killed the theaters. Like, it has nothing to do with COVID. The school who owned the land sold the property. Like, you can't sell Royal Grant property. It's not how it works. But yeah, that's pretty fun. Like, there are people who just always want to put a spin on something.
ThaiVisa.com.
ThaiVisa.com. All right, guys, again, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Mike is going to go beach exploring, so I'm sure you'll be live streaming today, right, Mike?
With feces under my feet, baby.
Hot feces in the sun. Until next time, everyone, stay strange.
Peace.